So today we have a chemistry question of the day, and this one's asking for the following reaction which is true. And we have NO3 minus plus 4H plus 3Ag goes to 3Ag plus NO plus H2O, and these are our two half reactions. So the first thing that we want to do when we have this equation right here is we want to kind of piece together what is the overall net reaction. Alright? So when we have NO3 minus plus 4H plus 3Ag goes to 3Ag plus NO plus H2O, we know that this NO3 minus is going to still be reduced. It's in the direction that it's reduced because we have NO3 minus on here and the H plus and the NO and H2O. But we see that this Ag is flipped. It's reversed so that it will now be oxidized. So what we want to do is we want to say Ag goes to E minus plus Ag plus, right? And when we flip something, this E naught becomes negative. It becomes reversed, okay? And for the next one, we have NO3 minus plus 4H plus 3E minus. And this stays the same. So we didn't change anything to that. So that's still 0.96. Okay? But if we also notice, there's no electrons in the final equation. All the electrons are gone. So we must have had 3 electrons on this side cancel out with the 3 electrons on the left side. So that means we have to multiply this by 3. Okay? And if that was the case, then all these electrons would cancel, and we would get our net reaction, 3Ag, NO3 minus, and 4H plus on the left side, 3Ag plus, NO, and H2O on the right side. So when we multiply by 3, we probably would assume, oh yeah, then it's negative 0.8 times 3. That's wrong. Okay? All you do when you're multiplying, the E naught will stay the same. So only when you are adding, when you're reversing the direction, that's when you're going to want to change the E naught. But when you multiply by a number, nothing changes. Okay? So our net reaction, we would have that net reaction, and it would be 0.16. E naught of the total reaction is 0.16. Okay? And so in the equations, it has is it spontaneous? Is it non-spontaneous? So this is what we have to know. E naught, okay? When E naught is positive, then this is spontaneous. When it's negative, it's non-spontaneous. And so why is that the case? How we determine this is from the delta G. So delta G naught equals negative NF E naught. Okay? And this F is Faraday's constant and N is the number of electrons. Okay? All we want to know is that we know for a fact that when delta G naught is negative, that is a spontaneous reaction. That is the definition of spontaneous reactions. So if we see, they're inversely proportional due to this negative term right there. So if you can't remember whether or not the E naughts are positive or negative, is spontaneous or non-spontaneous, just remember this. Okay? So if we go back to our equation, we know that E naught is 0.16, right? That means we know it's spontaneous. That means we also know delta G naught is going to be negative. Okay? So let's go back to here. So we know E naught is 0.16, right? And we know delta G naught should be negative, and we know it should be spontaneous. So if we look here, it's spontaneous, but delta G naught is greater than 0. We know that's not true. It's non-spontaneous, delta G is less than 0. We know that's not even a true statement as well. We go to D, it's negative 0.16. Well, we know that's not true. We knew we got 0.16 for E naught. And C would be the only one that's left, and that would be our right answer. E naught is 0.16, and it's spontaneous reaction. Hey guys, remember to post any questions you would like us to answer in the next question of the day down below in the comments. Thanks for watching.